welcome back to Old School, New School, episode 34.
I'm Scott, I'm old school.
I'm Chester, and I'm new school. And let's get into season review before we go into our wildcard playoff picks.
Yes, season in review.
Yeah.
It was a wacky season, hey?
Very.
Couldn't figure anything out about the AFC.
Nope.
Lots of teams were up and down.
Nope.
Nothing really made much sense.
Yeah.
Do you have any final week observations that you want to get across?
The Colts had one job and they screwed up.
So
did the Ravens, but they were also playing with a lot of backups.
But the Colts...
all you had to do is beat Jacksonville. That's all you had to do.
I didn't watch it, so
I didn't watch it either.
So I'm not sure what happened. But don't you just hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor until he falls over? I don't know if they went into the game just thinking they were going to roll over them, and instead they rolled over. That and the Chargers, the crazy Chargers-Raiders game that could have been a tie.
Yeah.
Both teams would have got in. Chargers take some weird timeout with a couple seconds left. Raiders kick the field goal in overtime, right? And win. People keep saying, "Oh, it's a shame we don't get to see Justin Herbert in the playoffs."
Yeah.
I got a couple words for him.
He would have lost.
Win some more games.
Yeah.
I mean, they lost a lot of games, granted.
Yeah.
Some of it is really terrible coaching decisions. Yeah. But yeah, win some games. If he's so great, then they should be in the playoffs.
By the way,
especially in the AFC.
By the way, he hates them because he was on Oregon and they beat Wisconsin in a bowl game, and he's despised them from now on.
I despise him. He owes part of his check to every defender on the Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, because no, I'm saying offense. They fumbled 5 times. But...
They did. Oh yeah. That...
All right, good. I want to add one thing.
Okay, one last thing.
Dolphins firing their coach. What are you doing? He has brought you guys back to a decent team. He is a decent coach. What are you going to do with Tua if you have a bad coach?
I think they're going to regret that decision.
Yeah, they are.
And they should, because he's a good coach.
And you know where I think he's going to go? The Raiders. I actually think he might go to the Raiders.
The Raiders might keep their coach that brought them back.
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't see him going to the Bears because the Bears management stinks and is not very bright. But he's a good coach. Mm-hmm. I don't get that either. So that's it.
No,
not it. What do you got?
Also, I want to just note something. Jamar Chase should win Rookie of the Year, but I feel like they'll give it to Mac Jones.
Oh, please don't.
Give it to Jamar Chase.
It's not even a conversation piece. Mac Jones is a mediocre quarterback in a system that works for him.
Exactly. Any of those top quarterbacks picked, they're all doing the same.
Just as good or better.
Yeah.
Or better. He's look at him the last couple weeks when he's been needed to actually do something against decent teams.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Oh, you beat the Jacksonville team by 50. That doesn't mean anything.
He's fine, but it's not even I don't even think it's a competition. Anyway, that's the end of that's the season. Yeah. We're gonna go into our playoff game picks.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to our AFC wildcard picks.
Wildcard weekend picks.
Yep. All right. First game.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
We've got Raiders at the Bengals. Is it?
Raiders at the Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals are the higher seed. Yeah. Yes. Do you wanna go first? Should I go first?
You can go first.
I'm gonna pick the Raiders.
Okay.
Las Vegas Raiders. Again, I said a couple weeks ago, they win ugly. This is going to be an ugly game. Everybody's really high on the Bengals right now. I've read articles about they could be the team to beat. If they're getting hot at the right point. Listen, all teams, if they get hot, are going to be tough to beat. I don't know. For some reason, I think the Raiders are going to go in there and beat them. I don't know how that team wins, but they win games.
Before I talk, I'm going to make one little comment. Yeah, the Bengals are good, but remember when they got hyped up after beating the Ravens earlier in the season, like 40-20 or 40-16, and then the next week, who'd they lose to? The Jets. Mm-hmm. But I am still going to take the Bengals.
Okay. You think they're just a better team?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Let's move on to game number 2.
Yeah.
Patriots at the Bills. You want me to go?
Yeah, you can go.
In my opinion,
yes.
Had the Patriots not defeated the Bills on that super windy day, this would be more of a toss-up game. That was in Buffalo. This game's in Buffalo, and I think it still stings that Buffalo team that they got beat by the Patriots. In fact, I'm predicting a 20-point victory for the Buffalo Bills in this game. The only blowout of the wild card weekend. Your thoughts?
I have the Bills also winning. I don't have them destroying. But yeah, I just think they're an overall better team, and I think they'll come into this game with the thought that they are playing a rival, and they will try and crush after not last year, but before that year, those 20 years of dominant AFC West.
And that game they lost was only maybe a month ago.
Yeah.
So they still have that chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, they do.
They're still mad about that. So we both have the Bills in the game. Okay, and then the final game we're going to talk about for the AFC, which is the only other game that is in the AFC, is the Steelers at the Chiefs.
All right. Shall I go?
Go ahead.
All right. So I think this will be the only blowout. I think the Chiefs will destroy the Steelers. I'm going with a point victory from the Chiefs by 25.
Wow, 25? I think the Steelers' defense will give Patrick Mahomes some fits, especially Watt.
Mm-hmm.
Sack leader this year. He's very good, and the Chiefs. We've said it all year. Mahomes just doesn't seem to be the same quarterback, and I'm not sure if it's loss of offensive line players or what it is. His little trick passes aren't working anymore. I think the Chiefs will win also, but I think it'll be much closer than you think. I just don't think that the Chiefs team is. I don't think anybody in the AFC is very good.
I don't either.
And I don't think this Chiefs team's that great, but I do think they'll win this game because I also think offensively the Steelers are pretty terrible.
They are.
So
like we said, Ben is a baked potato.
He is a baked potato. All right, so that's the AFC.
That's our AFC picks.
Moving on.
Move on to the NFC. All right. Now we're going to move on to our NFC picks. First game, Eagles at the Buccaneers. Who do you have?
I don't think there's much we need to talk about for this game. I got the Buccaneers. I just don't see the Eagles going down there and winning. It's a cute little story. Not sure how they made the play. Well, I kind of know how they made the playoffs. A bunch of other teams lost. I'm as a Packers fan, and the Buccaneers should be happy about this. Both teams are probably happy the Saints aren't in the playoffs.
Yeah, you saw what happened when both those teams played the Saints?
The Saints get up for those games. I don't know what it is.
They like to beat the good teams, but don't understand how to do anything.
I'm gonna take Tom Brady. What do you got?
I get the Eagles. Yeah. I don't care. I'm going with the upset.
All right. Can you give me a reason why?
I have this weird feeling in my mind that the spirit of Nick Foles is with the Eagles, and the last time the Eagles played Tom Brady was in the Super Bowl. I know it's a whole different story and roster,
Sure.
but
I mean, whatever. That's
I don't
cool.
know. I'm going with the Eagles.
All right, you got the Eagles. That's a bold pick.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the 49ers at the Cowboys. Who do you got here?
49ers.
Okay. Why is that?
I just think they're a kind of run-heavy team, and Cowboys don't really do great against run-heavy teams, and I feel like the Cowboys will, their defense is, okay. They're not horrible, but they're decent. I don't know. I like the Cowboys' offense attack, but it's also, Dak is kind of for me, Dak is so inconsistent. He will have a great game, but then he'll also throw 2 picks. I can't figure him out.
Okay. I agree with you about the Cowboys' defense. It's a defense that thrives on turnovers.
Yeah.
They're the Iowa Hawkeyes of the NFL. If they don't get a bunch of turnovers, it's a who knows game. Dak is a good quarterback. I don't think he's an elite quarterback. He makes too many bad mistakes at the at the worst times. That's my issue with Dak. He's Tony Romo Part 2. When they really need something, can you depend on him? I'm not sure. That said, I still think the Cowboys win this game. I think they have a little bit too much firepower. 49ers are going to run the ball, try to keep it away. I call it's a toss-up, but I'm going to give Cowboys the benefit of the doubt here. They're the better team offensively, for sure. Joey Bosa is going to cause some havoc on Dak, though. Yeah. It's a toss-up, but I'm going to lean Cowboys.
All right. Moving on to our last game, we got the Cardinals at the Rams. I think this will be a toss-up. 2 rivals who have played twice. It's 1-1 each, but the Cardinals did win when they seemed like an unstoppable team at the start of the season. And then the Rams won later in the season. I think the undefeated Cardinals, once they lost to the Packers, whatever was inside of that team, fell apart. And now I don't think they're as good as they were. So I've got the Rams.
You get the Rams.
Yeah.
Another toss-up. This could go either way
Yeah.
in my brain. I also think the Rams. The Cardinals hit that rough patch where they just couldn't figure it out, and this is the playoffs now. And this Rams team was built to go to the Super Bowl this year. I'm not sure if they'll do it, but I think they're better than the Cardinals. That said, Rams fans, you better show up, or else that stadium's gonna be full of Arizona Cardinal fans. We saw what happened last week. 49er fans taking over that stadium. Represent, get in there. Support your team. Support one of your 2 teams. So yes, also Rams. Yeah, I think we've got some differences. We'll see how it plays out. It's fun. It's all weekend long. It's Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're gonna go snowboarding on Sunday, so we'll miss the first half or so of
the Eagles and the Bucs,
which is okay because snowboarding's fun. And I think that's it. So I don't know, everybody enjoy your playoffs are here. It's crazy that the season I have to tally up the picks that we've had all season.
The one that I destroyed you in.
We'll see how close I think I got really close towards the end. All right, so let's eat some Krispy Kreme donuts.
All right, let's go eat some donuts, and everyone have a great week, and
peace out.
Peace.
Don't come at us in the comments.
Don't come at us in the comments.